The Cat Machine. Kaylee, AJ, Kirsten. We were on Google Earth the other day, and Kaylee was talking about Les Mis and how it was amazing and just everything about it. I was drinking out of a red Solo cup, and I accidentally spilled water onto the laptop. All of a sudden, a flash came out of the laptop, and we were transported back to revolutionary France.
One day more.
While I used the time machine, I saw a few things take place. I saw the Reign of Terror, Napoleon's downfall, and the creation of the National Convention and Committee of Public Safety. It was pretty cool if you ask me. While I was watching the Reign of Terror, I saw many things. It was a little horrifying, but it's all history now, so you can't really do anything about it. I got to see how the French used the guillotine on unwanted guests. I didn't get to see all of them, of course, because they used it on about 16,000 people, and if I stayed to see all of it, I probably would have been dead too. I also learned that the guy who put this all in motion, Maximilien Robespierre, was executed on the guillotine at the end of all this. The second thing I saw was Napoleon's downfall. I got to see how the British basically dominated him and his army by setting up a good blockade and supporting smugglers. Along with this, I got to see a few of the guerrilla attacks by the Spanish, which was pretty cool. Of course, this all happened because Napoleon screwed up way too many times, and that hurt him a lot. Lastly, I got to see how he mindlessly chased the Russian army out of Moscow, resulting in him losing around 410,000 soldiers. He also tried to build another army, but yet again, it was poorly done, so bad he had to surrender. Way to go, you Napoleon. Last but not least, I got to witness how they created the National Convention and Committee of Public Safety. What I learned from my trip was that the National Convention was actually a third attempt to create a national legislature. During this, only God knows why, but they brought in wars too. Way to make the situation harder for yourself. Only a year later, they created the Committee of Public Safety. It was used as a shield towards enemies and actually created by the National Convention. I had a great time using the machine and learned a boatload of things. I hope you consider using it for yourself as well.
The cause of the French Revolution was mostly because of the old regime and their tax system. Both things were corrupt and unfair. Some things I saw leading up to the French Revolution were the first, the second, and the third estates. The first estate consisted of clergy. The first estate was 1% of the French population. The second estate consisted of nobles. They were only 2% of the French population. The rest of the population was everyone else, and that was the third estate. The third estate had to pay lots of money in taxes to the first and second estates. They needed to pay if they worked on their land. The third estate hated this way of living. Louis XVI did nothing about it, and the third estate proclaimed themselves the National Assembly. Louis XVI did not like the fact that the Third Estate was rebelling. He banned them from meeting anywhere in France. They found a tennis court and held their first meeting there. They created a pact promising to never stop meeting until their issues were addressed and fixed. That created the tennis court oath. The National Assembly's main issue in France was their having to pay unnecessary taxes. That was one thing that the National Assembly wanted to take care of. They also invited anyone to join them from anywhere. Louis XVI decided that the Estates General should meet separately. The Third Estate believed they should all meet together to resolve any and all conflict. Since no one agreed to meet together, the Third Estate did not meet. It didn't matter, though, because no one knew the rules or powers of the Estates Generals, seeing as they hadn't met for almost 200 years.
Done! Whoa!
Can you put that?
When I was in revolutionary France, I saw the rise of power of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte worked his way up through the military ranks during the French Revolution. This military giant took political power in France in 1799 in a coup d'etat. A coup d'etat is a sudden and decisive action in politics. Napoleon Bonaparte crowned himself King of France. Also, when I was in revolutionary France, I saw the trial and execution of King Louis XVI. Now, this is a very interesting event, actually. The French people did not like King Louis, so what they did is they put him on a cross. They didn't crucify him. They put him on a cross in between nobility and the clergy. They sent him to death by guillotine. France has been reenacting this for 8 years in the public square, and let me tell you, it is a fine theater showcase. I mean, it's heart-wrenching every time I see it. Please, when you're out there, go take a look. So France makes another pathetic attempt at a government. The legislature of France was made on October 1st, 1791. It was made during the French Revolution. It gave focus to lawmaking and politics. One of the big laws that they passed was about marriage and how younger people can marry. Another one that they passed was about social class. The legislature of France was succeeded by the National Assembly. The legislature of France was disbanded on September 20th, 1792. I'm done! You are allowed to use this product, but you must sign a waiver first.